Hello, my name is Anthony.
How do you do? I'm Craig.
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, sorry?
How are you?
How are you? I'm very good, mate. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm good.
I like your costume, man.
Thank you. Today's my birthday, so I thought I'll spend it here.
Yeah. Best place to spend it.
Yeah, what better way?
So, what made you wear the costume like this one?
I don't know. I always prefer the Riddler. Most people go for like Joker and Harley and you know the rest. And
they all are commonly used.
It's been done, I think, and I don't know. I've always preferred. I like the writing as well on the Riddler one. I think it kind of shows like the Paul Dini versions. Like I think it shows some effort into like actually putting some effort into like riddles rather than you know there's only so many times you can read Joker being kicked back to Arkham Asylum and then coming out again. I think the Riddler ones are a bit different, and I would prefer that.
Yeah, I see lots of Jokers and are there everywhere. Like, you're like the only Riddler there is.
Right. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'll show you this as well. Because I got him a tattoo of. Oh, that's the socks as well. The Riddler. Because why not? See, that's the tattoo of the Riddler as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Riddler. I don't know why, but I thought because the costume came with like the trousers, I thought no, I'll go with the Paul Dini version rather than the Frank Gorshin version.
It suits, you know, like
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So, like, what do you like about the Comic-Con here today?
It's different. It's the first, as I said, it was the first one I've been to, so it was original for me. It's different. It's got a bit of everything. I was surprised. I thought it would just be Bumblebee and this and that, but no, it's a little bit of everything. I think it's got something for everyone, and I like that. I like diversity. I think it's the same with not necessarily dressing as a Joker. I like it as looking over there. It's just all the masks and everything. It's different. It's not everybody's in on it. It's like you collectively, and that's what I like. It's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's like really interesting. Like everywhere, like you see like all different people, and there's like different movie characters.
Yeah, TV like Doctor Who, everything. Yeah. It's brilliant. I love the place. Yeah.
Very good. So you're liking it very so far, yeah?
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, I don't see nothing. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for my photograph.
Would you come next time?
Yeah. I couldn't make it last time, which was 1st of April because I was working. But as I said today, it's my birthday. I booked it off. Yeah. Why not? Best way. And I'm really glad I chose it here. I'm glad I came.
Yep. Me too, there.
Yeah, likewise, Nancy.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you.
Likewise, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, you too.
You okay?
I'm ready, man.
Okay,
go for
sweet.
it.
All right. Okay, good. Right. So, I know you've played in the Game of Thrones show, and how was your time working in Game of Thrones? How was it?
It was great. I worked on 3 seasons 2, 3, and 4. It was fantastic. I worked for 5 hours in makeup, then a 12-hour shoot day. They taught me how to ride a horse. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Right. And what was your favorite part about working there? Did you?
My favorite part of working on Game of Thrones is probably learning how to ride a horse. I had 4 months going out on horseback riding lessons with a stunt person 2-3 times a week. So I learned how to ride bareback. I learned how to ride a little bit of stunt. It was fun, a lot of fun.
Right. And final question: what inspired you to get into the industry of filmmaking?
Well, since I was a little boy, like when I was 5, I always wanted to be an actor. And so I pushed my parents, and they resisted. And then they put me into acting lessons when I was 13. And I worked in theater for many, many years. Until around 2006, I started working in kids' TV. And after that, I kind of had a break into film and then a bit more television. And then now I'm back in film mostly now. But that's kind of what drew me. It was just a passion and a desire to be an actor, really, be other people.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
2, 1, go.
Right, so my name's Callum. It's nice to meet you, Martin. And I know you've worked in Harry Potter and Batman.
Yes, I have indeed, yeah.
How was it working for both of those?
The 2 franchises, I'd say the Batman franchise is my personal favourite, only because of my age. I'm 45 now, and I was in my mid-30s when I started working on the Batman film, so I was a little bit old for the Harry Potter franchise. But after I'd done the Batman film, they then asked me to do the Harry Potter films. But out of the two, the Batman one is my personal favourite. I got to work with Heath Ledger, who's an absolute legend, good friend of mine. Obviously, sadly not with us anymore, and I got to be in one of the most iconic scenes in the film, so I'm really made up about that. Because that's Warner Brothers, I was quite friendly with the Warner Brother team, and that's why they asked me to be involved in the Harry Potter films. And I did the Half-Blood Prince, where I played a guy called Scaryface. It was only on set, it was only on screen for a moment, but I was on set for about 3 months. And then they asked me back to be in the last one, the Deathly Hallows Part 1, where I had a few lines, which is always good as an actor, getting lines in anything, but getting lines in Harry Potter, I was made up. And I was in the Deathly Hallows Part 1, playing a guy called Mundungus Fletcher's associate. So there we go.
Not a bad career so far, yeah?
Oh, not bad.
No? So, at what point did you realise that acting was what you wanted to do?
I've always been a massive fan of film. I started at stage, like most actors. I started on stage, I started in amateur dramatics, and that moved over to professional stage, which then moved on to independent film. My big break, if you like, was when I got a part in Golden Compass, which is New Line Cinema, which is part of Warner Brothers, and that's why I ended up working with Warner Brothers for 4 films, in fact. So, but really, it's just the fact I've always been interested in acting, and like a lot of people, I think they think you have to look like Brad Pitt or George Clooney to be an actor, but that's wrong. I mean, everyone who's got a bit of a unique look. I was a big guy. I'm still a big guy. I was a very big guy back in the day, which is why I got most of my work based off the back of my size. So that's how I sort of got involved initially.
Okay. Final question. Who was your favourite person to work with on set during either The Dark Knight or Harry Potter?
Well, to be honest, it would have to be Heath Ledger and Christopher Nolan, the director, amazing director, and obviously Heath Ledger's an absolute legend, so it would be those two.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Right. Right, so Nathan, first question, how did you get into acting?
I got into acting by being with football, but realising that I wasn't going to make it as a footballer. So, wanting to be the centre of attention in school, decided to go into stand-up comedy for a couple of years, and then just enjoyed that and took it into college and university. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us about your role in Doctor Who?
In Doctor Who, yeah, Wolf, as he was given the name of an elf. They were kind of just mischievous elves alongside Nicholas Frost. Aside Nick Frost, who played Father Christmas, aptly named. So it was just us causing a bit of mischief in the world of Doctor Who.
Okay. What is it like to be part of the popular series Misfits?
Not well. It's finished like 4 years ago now, but at the time it was definitely. In fact, to this day, it's the best job I've ever had. It was going into work for 10, 11 hours a day, pissing with your mates, having a laugh, and then going to bed at the end of it and thinking, "Hell, have I just been paid for that?" It's amazing.
Oh, it sounds like a good time. Yeah, it sounds like a good time.
It's a media project for school, but apologies.
Okay. Right, and the final question. Can you tell us more about your guest roles in other programmes?
Yeah, I was about to say you'll have to remind me because I'm struggling to think about what else I've done. Guest roles in other programmes. Casualty was on. Yeah, went round shooting people in schools and getting poisoned and shot at, and that was my first TV job. So that was kind of thrown into it. And in fact, there was a scene where I ended up getting like some kind of metal mercury poison or something. So the costume had to come in and put like growths on my face. And on the train on the way home, I was getting the train on the way home from Bristol and still had this makeup on. So I was like sat on my own thinking, like thought nothing of it, and it was like, oh yeah, I've still got that makeup on there. And started picking like skin off my face. Obviously it was makeup. That, and then throwing it, and then looked over and there was like someone just looking at me like, oh my god, what is that guy doing? I was like,
sounds like a very intense first role.
And yeah, it was good fun. It was just one of them.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.